As I mentioned a few moments ago, I've been with companies that design and manufacture high-tech products for 40 years. What really impresses me about what Yet has done is he hasn't come up with a radically new chemistry for the battery, but he has modified its design and he's radically changed the manufacturing process. Not unlike Henry Ford, who changed the way automobiles got made and then almost really created a whole new industrial revolution. So that's why I was excited to join. I think this is as transformative as what Henry Ford did with cars.
So our vision for the company is that the way that we manufacture lithium-ion batteries will become the preferred way for making batteries around the world. We allow a partner, our model is to partner with those who want to produce batteries, to produce their own batteries without having to make these immense investments. They don't have to build gigawatt-hour size plants. They don't have to spend close to $500 million. They can spend what they need in order to get the capacity they need and grow the manufacturing capacity over time as their demand grows. And so, in a sense, what we're trying to do is to democratize the manufacturing of lithium-ion batteries so that really any company can do it, not only a few select large companies around the world. Why is the company called 24M? Right? Well, every MIT startup has a name that somewhere along the line has a scientific root. So it turns out that the large M in chemical notation stands for molarity. It's a unit of chemical concentration. If you take a lithium-ion battery and take the electrode alone, and you calculate the storage in terms of units of charge, right, or charge density of the electrode, it comes out to be roughly equivalent to a concentration of 24 molar, hence 24M. Right? Now, originally...
It's lost on most lay people.
Originally, this was our aspiration, but now it's the reality. We produce our batteries. We've reached and exceeded that target of 24M. To be a little more specific about what we improve in terms of the design and cost factors of the battery, the part of the material set that goes into a battery that doesn't store any energy, we've decreased that by about 80%. Right? And what this then does is to take the cost of the materials that go into a battery and decrease that cost by 25 to 30%. Right? And so we call that the bill of materials. On top of that, we have a factory cost, which is calculated in terms of equipment depreciation. And then on top of that, we have operating costs, the energy budget, et cetera, for the manufacturing process. When we roll all of that up together, our savings over a conventional lithium-ion battery is about 25% for the cell that's produced. Right? Now, this 25% can change over time, but we believe we have a sustainable advantage over time because as the energy storing materials that go into the battery decrease their cost over time, our percentage advantage over the conventional manufacturing approach grows even further. Right?
Yeah, and the shorthand version of all that is we use a lot less stuff, and it takes us half as many steps to actually produce the cell. And so when you have less materials, and then you have fewer steps, you have a smaller building, you have fewer people, you have less equipment, you have a faster process, and all that ends up creating a lot of savings.
And another reason that we believe we have a sustainable advantage over time is that the lithium-ion battery roadmap is actually very rich and continues to develop. We are nowhere near the end of this technology. Right? So new energy storing materials, the cathode and anode components of the battery, are being developed all the time. And so the roadmap goes to systematically higher energy density and lower cost per stored energy. Right? And so this roadmap is something we aim to capitalize on. A lot of the research we do at MIT and others do in the national labs and other laboratories around the country and the world are focused on developing ever better chemistries. So 24M's technology is a platform that can adopt to many of these technologies and many of these new chemistries that are coming along.